All right. So, hi guys. Let me switch this over to speaker view. I've taken over Lindsay Matway's Zoom account for tonight. And we're coming to you live. I'm really excited for tonight's call, you guys. But first of all, I just want to say, congratulations, you're here, right? It's December 3rd. You are here. And I feel like this is when a lot of coaches choose to just sit back, relax, and think they can pick up the slack in January. So the fact that you're here says a lot about you and your business. Yeah, it's bar day. Bar day in more ways, right? Vegan beach bars and bar day. So very excited. We're so pumped for tonight's topic. But I have a question for you guys first, and I'm just curious of the answer. How many times did your coach ask you about a challenge group or coaching before you said yes, before you went all in? I'm just curious, how many times, how many months, right? I was really quick.
And I was not.
Dara, you took a year, right? Oh my God, look at all these. 1 time, 2 times. I was the weirdo who asked. 3 months. I approached her over a year, 8 months. 6 months.
Wow.
Crazy.
Some stalkers here, but some 12 months, 14 months, like me. I love it. I love it.
2 years.
Wow.
Okay, these are awesome. So we're going to talk a lot about that tonight.
Are you going to put on the slides?
Yeah, let me pull up the slides. Hold on. I'm going to close chat.
2 times, took a year. Wow. I love it.
I know, it really makes you realize, gotta stick with people.
Yes. And that's why we are so excited for tonight's topic, because I'll tell you this, as Leslie and I were going over the content, preparing for tonight, Leslie and I, we have known each other we met in this business. In fact, I was pregnant, and it was a Team Cup month, and we did not know we didn't know each other. We got kind of partnered up, and in the next month will be my 9 years. And in that 9 years, we've lived a lot of life, and life has evolved, and a lot of life has changed for us, but business has evolved and changed, and social media has evolved and changed. But I'll tell you one thing that hasn't changed in all of the years I've been doing this is that setting yourself apart and being uniquely you and delivering value in a way that connects with your audience and building and fostering relationships. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about tonight, is that human connection and offering value and the fortune and the follow-up. So we're excited to dive in. Just a little bit about me. If you don't know, my name is Dara Distal. Like I said, I've been a coach for almost 9 years, which is almost a decade. And if you think about, we're about to close out on a decade, and so much has happened in there. But I have to say, because of this platform of coaching and the people that it's brought into my life, and how it's changed me as a person, how it's changed my family dynamic, how it's changed our future, it's just been a true gift, a true blessing. And I'm glad my coach, after an entire year, I knew her, you guys, we were college roommates, entire year of shooting her down, which felt like almost every day. I'm glad she didn't give up on me. She cared enough to just keep following up, and that says a lot. About me, I live in Arizona, and today it was 75 here. I'm not trying to rub salt in the wound, Leslie, but this is why we live here. And it says, I don't say no to tacos. We can get tacos 24 hours. There's taco stands everywhere. Love it here. But any place that I'd rather be besides here is a beach. Take me to the beach, and I'm a happy girl. I'm an Enneagram 3 with Wing 2, so it's an achiever and a helper. So there you go. Leslie?
All right, so like Dara said, she's in Arizona and I'm in Michigan. We are true testament to Facebook. Hooked us up. Almost 8 years now, but I have been in this business. It will be 9 years in February. We have 2 girls who were babies and toddlers when we started, 3 dogs. I love beach vacations. And I'm just so blessed to be in this business with all of you friends tonight. And just a little plug for Success Partners, because I see these come up on occasion in my team page. I know Dara does too. I'm sure you guys have looked for a Success Partner before, and I actually had 3 before I met Dara, and none of those worked out. But we did, and we've actually been together, like we said, for 8 years, which I kind of think is crazy, unheard of. But we really bonded over a shared vision, and I will say it wasn't the same from day one. We definitely connected over the fact that we wanted to be diamond and be home with our babies in the beginning, but that slowly grew as our belief grew in this business. So definitely don't be afraid to get a success partner that will match you and push you. All right, we ready? Let's go. Let's jump in.
Okay, so Leslie found this quote and I loved it because I've had a personal experience in my business, of course, and I think a lot of this is in what we share in our experience in this business is that hopefully you can learn some things maybe to avoid that we've encountered. And this quote is not following up with your prospects. It's like filling up a bathtub without putting the stopper in the drain. So think about it. You put out this amazing content. Maybe you use filters and you take the time to write up the posts, you do live videos, you do IGTV, you go out and find people that are just like you build your market, you foster and build these relationships, you send the invite, and then nothing, right? So you put in all that work to not actually get, to reap what you sow. And one time, I remember it so clearly. I was talking to this woman. She was so hungry for change. She was motivated. And I dropped the ball. I wasn't following up. I wasn't doing a good job of tracking. So kind of with your follow-up, you need a solid tracking system. And she slipped through the cracks. And when I realized it had been months, I reached back out to her and she's like, you didn't follow up with me. Like, I'm a coach on another team. So that stung a bit, and it usually just takes one time to learn, but think about the fortune and the follow-up. And Leslie has some really good statistics for us.
Yeah. So I think you guys have probably seen or heard a lot of these stats before, so we'll just share them with you quick. But it really struck me when I read that only 2% of contacts purchase on the first contact, right? 3% purchase on the second follow-up. And I was like, whoa. But then reading, 80% of people purchase between the 5th and the 12th contact. And that's really always stuck with me, and has made me better at following up and realizing that I may get no for months on end before someone says yes. In fact, I was telling Dara earlier today, I had someone that was like, all right, I'm in. Like, the fact that you keep showing up in my inbox is like proof that you're in this and you're not going anywhere. So like, I choose you. Which was kind of awesome.
Yes, absolutely. And so this quote, I talked about it in my stories tonight. I mean, following up with people in general is an act of love. It truly is showing that you care, that you have taken the time to be interested in them, right? Like that, don't be interested, be interesting. When you've slowed down, you've asked the questions, you've gotten to know people, and you remember those pieces, right? Like I've been doing my follow-ups today, like touching base with people, circling back, saying, hey, I remember last time you were doing a renovation. How is that going? Last time you said you were wanting to lose 50 pounds and gain more energy. I'd love to support you in reaching your goals. And touching base with people, I always let them know I thought of you. And I think that just speaks volumes for especially things being such a busy social media world, constant dings and notifications. For someone to get a personal message from you saying, I thought of you, I'd love to, support you in your goals, or whatever it is that you're following up on. Maybe you're offering some free value that we'll talk about in a minute. That truly, to me, is like, and not salesy at all, right? We always talk about like, I don't want to be salesy. Well, if you invite someone and you don't follow up, I think it's more salesy than
it's worse.
What?
That's worse.
Yeah, to just invite them and never hear from anyone again, right? So really taking that time to build and foster those relationships is an act of love.
All right, you guys. So let's dig into the meat of your follow-up game. And we're just giving you some down and dirty basic follow-ups that, did I write on the screen? Where'd that go?
That's
That was
interesting.
weird. Okay. All right. But these are just some really super simple follow-ups. We'll kind of roll through them. But really the idea is that you've already connected with them, learned about their goals, and offered them a solution, right? So typically that's when people kind of go quiet, right? They're totally happy to tell us about all of their health and fitness goals and woes. But then when we turn around and present a solution, oftentimes that has, a dollar amount attached to it, people like ghost. They're like, bye. Right? They typically, that's not a no, right? They just need some time, or they need to talk to us a little bit more. So just super simple follow-ups. And I mean, most of these are within 48 hours. So you're just kind of circling back around with them. And the first one is super simple, right? Just wanted to follow up. I know you said you wanted to ditch the sugar cravings and lose 50 pounds. I would love to coach you to your goals. Are you interested in moving forward and taking a spot in my next accountability group? I'm just kind of basically reiterating probably what you just suggested they start with. But the second one, you kind of drop a little more knowledge on them, right? It's a busy time of year. I wanted to send one of my favorite dinner recipes that's cozy and delicious over. Attach that. Also, I was curious, did you have a budget in mind to get started with your health and fitness journey? So again, just taking a little pressure off, sending them a little value added, sending over a recipe, maybe a podcast, maybe it's a free workout, but just offering them something other than just you following up again. And then again, the third follow-up after 72 hours, I usually wait for a little bit, right? I'm looking to see if I got a response. But I just let them know that they were on my mind and I wanted to connect. But if right now isn't the best fit for you to join, I run these groups monthly and I'd be happy to follow up with you then. So kind of giving them an out. And I find that often the out elicits a response of like, no, I want to do this. Now, if you have someone that has not been responding at all, they've been ghosting you, that's when you can send our non-responder follow-up. Super simple, super disarming. I've been so busy lately, I haven't had a chance to follow up. How are you? And sometimes just that icebreaker of how are you takes off any pressure of talking about your next accountability group. You're just asking how they are. And it's crazy, but every time I use that, like 90% of the people will write back telling me how they are, what's been going on in their life, and then say, I'm still interested in your Bar Babes boot camp. I just haven't had 2 seconds to look at everything, whatever it is, or ask me the question they've been wondering. But that's been a really great message to send if you've been stuck in your follow-ups.
Yes. And I mean, I think, and like Leslie said, you can keep going from there, right? Like these are 4 examples, but I would say every other touch base offers something of value, right? We talk about
Absolutely.
The Beachbody blog is a plethora of resources. It's so amazing. And all of the sample workouts that we have, right? So anything that you think of that would really help this person, maybe a podcast, like Leslie said, someone was struggling. So I sent her a podcast that really connected to me, and just leaving people better than you found them, right? So here is, this is my follow-up message.
Yeah, just an example, kind of expanding.
Yeah. So this is something that I sent today. Just, I like to open up with something personal. So I go to their page, see what they're up to, love bomb on their first post, or something that I can truly engage with and be genuine about. And then I move into like, gosh, I can't believe we're in the last month of this decade. So crazy how fast the year is gone. We have some really exciting things happening, and I really love this time of year. You came to mind because you said you wanted a program to help you maintain and tone and lean out. I got you. Here's a sample of our new workout. It's not fully out yet, but in the season of giving, I wanted to gift this to you. Will you try it and let me know? And then just included the link to her. So
I love that. Like, so simple. Who wouldn't do that?
Yeah. So I sent out a lot of these today, you guys.
Love it. Love it. So now we've got you future follow-ups, right? If after so long they're just not responding, I move them to a monthly follow-up list. And I just keep touching base because, like we talked about a little bit ago, it's typically between that 5th and 12th follow-up. So there's 4 examples here, but you have to keep going of how I'd continue to keep in touch with them. And super simple, just back around. I know it didn't work last month, but I'm working on enrollments for my new accountability group, and I thought of you. Are you ready to move forward at this time? And sometimes you hear back and sometimes you don't. But I've definitely had a couple people come back around like, yes, now I'm ready. And that's one that you can use in January. And guess what? A lot of people are going to be ready.
Yeah, because I think
and then
sorry. I was just going to say, I
no, go ahead.
Agree that no doesn't mean no forever, right? It just means no right now. And that's why we asked you in the beginning, how many times did it take? Because you had to get to a place of ready. And as long as you're touching base, you will connect with that person when they're ready, when it's on their heart, when they've in a better financial situation. So it's not their job to follow up, it's ours. And so what a great gift to just continue to touch base and offer them this amazing community, right? And tools.
Absolutely. And you guys can screenshot this, read through this, but you'll even see in like the second month, we're just reiterating, like, we know you previously mentioned you were short on time. So I wanted to send along this free 20-minute workout and then send the T20 workout. Or maybe they're interested in getting a long and lean bar body. I don't know. You could send bar. If they had mentioned they're really struggling with healthier eating, maybe it's an awesome family meal you just made. Like, listen to what they're telling you. That's so important in this business, is listening to what people are telling you, and you can really craft value added for your potential customers that are going to make them think of you when they have a pocket full of Christmas cash or in the new year.
And I think like getting good at asking questions. So you know where they need a solution. You know what they're struggling with. You know what they want to learn, what they want to improve, where they want to grow, is asking those questions, asking them, where do you struggle when it comes to nutrition? You know, what would be helpful for you? What kind of workouts do you like? Asking all of these questions. What are your goals specifically? How will you feel when you reach them? All of those are things that you will use in your follow-up message. And those are things that are just meaningful to know when you're following up with someone.
Yep.
Okay, so they're asking just a few questions.
Oh, I can't see the chat with my big screen up.
They're all wanting the document. So yes, we absolutely will post this in our Superstar thread, and then your kind of Superstar upline can pass right-handed, put it in the team page.
Yes.
And
we can do that.
Yeah, so we will absolutely get you these, and you can screenshot them as we go, but we will get it for you. Someone was asking about the recipe. So yeah, I just take the link from
the blog.
Yeah.
Right?
Blog.
Or if it's something that I've made.
And you put on your blog.
Yeah, or it's like a recipe I've made and it's on a blog, or I've written it up in a PDF, whatever, then I can send something like that out.
Yes. And Shelly, you asked about the workout. So there's Vimeo links for all of the free sample workouts, and we can give you that too. I think I got them all. Okay.
So Dara just mentioned it, but leave them better than you found them. What can you offer them based on your actual conversation, even if you're not ready to buy? I love this quote. I heard Ray Higdon. I don't know if any of you guys follow him. Dara and I are big fans, but I heard him say this last month and I wrote it down because it just really struck me. But if the only value people get from you is if they buy from you, you're not adding value. You're more about the limelight than the impact. And that really hit me. And it made me think, like, we can always be doing better as coaches to serve our customers and our potential customers. And those little things, right? There's a lot of network marketers out there doing stuff. And the one thing that I've always loved about Beachbody and our coach crew here is that we tend to do things really well, and we tend to do them with love. And to me, it's an opportunity to go the extra mile, to send the podcast that you think might help them improve their mindset, to send along a recipe or a free workout that you think would benefit them. Definitely. That's the kind of stuff that people will remember you for and be like, I want to work with that coach come the new year.
Absolutely.
Assignment time.
All right. Yes, it's assignment time. Are you ready? So as I was going through and touching base with people today, going through follow-ups, remembering people even back in 80-day obsession, Transform 20, a Morning Meltdown 100, people that hadn't yet committed that I've been kind of touching base with along the way. I've gone back to follow up with a majority of them today. And I just want to let you know there's no expiration on your follow-ups. You know, and I think something as simple, I'm a fan of voice messages. They can hear my inflection, they can hear my passion, they can hear how, you know, my excitement sometimes. And I just let them know, like, hey, you crossed my mind. Gosh, life can sometimes get really busy, right? Or can get in the way. And I can't believe we're already to December, and just letting them know. And I think a lot of moms especially can relate to that, right? We're all busy, and a lot of times I'll just throw a joke in there and just make it light, keep it fun, and say, you know, I don't know if this is the right time for you, but this is what I'm doing. I'd love for you to be a part of our fit family, and keep it simple. And I get a lot of positive responses, even if it's been a while, just letting them know, like, hey, you know, life's been busy, but I haven't forgotten about you. You know, I always say that, I haven't forgotten about you. So I think that means a lot.
And this assignment will probably keep you busy like most of December.
Yes.
All right. So now we're going to kind of segue here a little bit and talk about, expand more on delivering value in other ways that you can do that through social media. Because it's just part of what we do. It's part of our business. Yes, we're teaching you and pushing you to add value in your follow-ups, but now we're going to talk about how you can be delivering that in other ways too. So Dara, you want to take this one over? This is your post.
Yeah, this is mine. I did this last night because I knew it had been a while since I did something just kind of bulleted on my page, that's something that just is quick and it's easy. And I know for me in this, I try to take things that I'm hearing from other women I talk to, right, that are interested in joining our team or joining our boot camp. I try to use those concepts, those things, those hesitations, and put that into a content, right, whether that's live or a post or whatever. And this was one, like the overwhelm of the holiday season. And so when you sit down to create your content, ask yourself, does this engage, entertain, or educate? So it's the 3 E's of social media. And it's something so simple to remember, but being a little bit intentional, right? So when we think about engaging, asking your audience their opinion, how good does it feel when someone asks your opinion, right? Whether it's you're getting ready to go out for date night and it's an outfit, whether it's best remedies for your sick kiddo. I mean, anything and everything under the sun that you can think of. People love to give their opinion and feel valued in that way. Entertain. Keisha's on here. I think she is so entertaining. I love her energy. So, you know, thinking of ways to do it in a style that fits you, right? I'm not saying you need to compare yourself, but, you know, thinking of ways, like my kids do a lot of funny things, like I'm doing the 3-day refresh. It's like every calorie counts, and my son, I keep posting stories, he's like eating my food, you know, and so everyone's laughing like, gosh, you know, that's those sort of like valuable calories over there. So, you know, just think of ways to really entertain your audience and in a way that only you can do. And then educate, right? Like quick Google search or things that you learn. I mean, I think as coaches, sometimes we forget how much we know, how many resources we have access to that we wouldn't know of if we weren't a part of a community, right? So using a lot of the stuff that you've learned along the way that would help someone else. Yes.
All right, so let's talk stories, because I don't know what the news feed is anymore. I'm always in stories. But I was saying earlier today that if I see one more coach just shake up their energize to a song and post 3 workout clips and that's it for the day, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like, I know you do more than that in a day. And believe me, I get it. Like, the thing I love about stories is that it's real and it's a real time. It can be raw and it can be really fun. And it should be a little bit of the Dara show and the Leslie show. Like, people want to follow along with your life, but you will attract people to you if you give them content, if you give them a reason to follow, if you add value, right? You're still engaging, you're still entertaining, you can still educate them. But a question I get all the time is, oh my God, how many workout leggings do you have? Or what are your favorite brand of workout leggings? I don't know if anyone has already screenshot this, but this was my most saved story on Instagram ever. Like, hundreds of saves, and that's what you want, right? And people aren't going to save the video of you lip syncing with your Energize. Probably not, no. They might save a recipe. They might save your best hack for putting on false eyelashes. Those are the kinds of things people are going to save in their stories and on social media. So definitely challenge you guys to find other ways to do other things in your stories that share and add value and can impact someone else's life. And it can still be fun. You can be out there entertaining and having a good old time on stories. That's what I love most about it, but adding some value in there too.
Yes, thank you. And so we talk about stories, right? That is such an easy way to live out your life, but stories disappear in 24 hours, you guys. So what are ways that you can take some of your common heard misconceptions, objections, something that you're really passionate about, like Leslie's gluten-free, I love to make kid-friendly meals. Like, we all can have our thing. What is it that you really love? And what is it that you love to teach? What is it that you love other women to know? Create that into a live on Facebook. Facebook wants us to use live. That using the tools that they want us to use helps your affinity, which is your visibility on the news feed. And it's such a great way to take advantage of one of their tools. And you have it forever, right? So as you think about repurposing content, you can throw that video into a newsletter out to your customers. You can put it up on your blog. If someone has a question, you can link them to the video and provide that value that way. And it's there, like Leslie says here, your content that lives on forever.
Yeah, it's so important. I think a lot of us love the fact that our stories disappear in 24 hours. But the reality is, you do need some content that will live on forever. And it can be things that really fit your niche. Like Dara mentioned, I'm gluten-free, a shopping haul from Trader Joe's, Costco of all my gluten-free goodies, stuff like that goes over huge. So think about what you're into, what people would be interested in, and just start making a list of things that you can create content for. Maybe it starts out as a story or a post, but you realize it gets so much engagement. This should really be a live topic that you talk about. And if you make a great one, right, you really hit it out of the ballpark on Facebook or you're live on Instagram, you can save that off and upload it to Instagram TV or to YouTube and have it. Like Dara said, we'll talk about this in a minute, but it's stuff you can put in your newsletter. It's things that could go on your blog.
Like Jessica said, she did a live on her Facebook page Sunday, and her engagement has been through the roof Monday and Tuesday. It's true, you guys. They want us using IGTV. They want us using Facebook Live. So Emily did say, yes, the Instagram Live does disappear in 24 hours, but the good thing is you can turn it in. Wait, you can't turn a live into an IGTV. You actually have to.
You can save it though. You can download it to your phone and upload it.
Yeah. Okay.
So you just have to make sure you do that.
Yeah. Before it disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love that you're doing lives, Jessica. Share with us what you did. What topic?
Yeah, I think it, like, people are interested in like meal prepping. I've done lives on like how I, pick out my workout outfits and plan out my week for workouts. Like super simple things that you guys think are just like old hat, like no big deal, I do this all the time, is not common practice for everyone else, especially if they're completely new to the fitness world. So do not think that anything, like it's all worth rehashing or redoing. Like I definitely wouldn't do a video on diapering anymore. Clueless. I have like preteens over here. But think about what fits you and your niche and start working on a list of ideas.
And I love Sherry says here, she does an IGTV every week. So I love, set a goal for yourself. What is a goal that you would really strive to hit each week or each month? And the content like that, a Facebook Live, an IGT Live, having that content permanently there is a good goal that I've definitely set for myself. I know Leslie and I have recently ramped up our lives again because I just think it's such a great way to continue to offer that value that doesn't expire.
Yeah. It expands your funnel too. All right.
Okay. So,
all right,
Janelle Summers talked about this on her Superstar Series week. So I'm not going to go into a ton of detail, but Facebook groups, such a great way to offer value and really, really connect with your audience, a way for you to be you, share the content that your niche is interested in, right? Like that's a place that you can just dive deep into a topic, and it doesn't have to be long. I think a free group 3 to 5 days is good, because that's when I find the biggest participation is when kind of those short little blitzes, and a topic like we talked about that's near and dear to your heart, something that you love and that your niche would be interested in, right? So maybe throw out a poll asking your followers what they would like to learn from you, what they would like to be in a group, what topic. Yeah, 3 days max, Ruth, agreed. So Sugar Buster, clean eating. I've done debt-free holidays. I've done kind of beating the binge, like over emotional eating, mastering your mindset, finding your happiness, getting up early. I mean, you can do, the sky is the limit.
Decluttering your house seems to be a big one in January.
Yes.
But yeah, such a great way to like connect with people. I literally, I mean, I think Dara, you would agree. In the beginning, I had 160 Facebook friends. I built my business on the back of a free group. And I was like, you should join and bring all your friends. It's free. And then I just added them all and built relationships with all of them.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. It's free for you as a coach, and it's free for your people. It doesn't get any better than that, right?
Yeah. Well, and it's a great way to add value and teach something that you're passionate about.
And I think
we also have, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, because it's free, you can ask for an email, right? So you can start collecting emails to put in a newsletter. You can ask them to invite friends because it's free. Such a great way to expand your audience and your network by offering the free and asking them, since it's free, hey, invite a friend or two that would benefit from this. Or, hey, would you drop your email so I can let you know about my upcoming groups, free groups? You can be a part of my weekly newsletter. Those kinds of things that kind of help you build up your database.
All right. And our other one is create a free menu, ebook, or PDF. You guys, this doesn't have to be super complicated. And a free menu could just be for like 3 or 5 days, nothing crazy. You can use the Beachbody blog even to put it together. They have breakfast, lunches, dinners, treats, snacks, how to make a shake. Like there's so much over there. And it's a resource that we can all have and use, just like we were saying. Send them out a recipe. From there, you can use that and those photos and those recipes to create something. And if you make it in Canva or PicMonkey, you can save it off and even make it a PDF to send out to, the gals in your free group or include it in your next newsletter. There are tons of ways that you can use a really simple resource like that. But the best part is you can use it again and again and again. All right. So a few other things for you guys to keep in mind.
Yes. So I have already talked about the voice messages. So I've done video and voice messaging. And I heard another top coach who said she did video messaging say, takes a real jerk to not respond to a video, like where you take the time to record a video and send it as a message to someone else. I do think it really sets you apart. I think that it is a great way to, like I said, to set yourself apart and allow people to get to know you with that face-to-face interaction. So I'm a huge fan of the video and voice messages.
Yeah, and then a newsletter is a great way to keep in touch with a bigger audience. But even if your audience isn't big right now, you can get a free MailChimp account. That's how I started. And I just started adding anyone. I created a little opt-in, and anyone who wanted to get on my newsletter, I was like, here's the link, make sure to join. Here's the link, make sure to join. I customers, all of my Beachbody leads, the customers that I've accumulated from hitting Success Club for almost 100 months now, are in the newsletter, and it's just been a great way for me to be able to reach more people every single week. And really add value, share a recipe, highlight a recent transformation from a customer, whatever it is. It's been a really great way to keep in touch. And then same with the blog. If you're into writing, maybe you're up for a podcast, I don't know. But think about what you're interested in. But it's a great way to keep your readers informed of what's coming up, new recipes, tips and tricks. Melanie Metro has a great blog. I feel like every time a new program launches, it's all pretty. She's got all the photos, everything's organized. I don't function as well as that. But if you do, having a blog can be an amazing resource for your followers. And a great way, if they're interested in something or they want a recipe, you can send it right over. So have a blog with a few recipes and things that I like, but I should really do better. All goals for 2020.
Yes. And Sarah Bell said, I had such a greater response today when using voice messages. And I agree. I mean, I sent them out and someone responded, thank you. I've been in network marketing before, and I feel like a lot of it is copy and paste. And I really appreciate that you took the time to send me a voice message. So you'll have to find where your audience responds well. Like, I trained my team on voice message and video message, but some of their niche and their market don't respond well to that. So test it out, right? Like decide where do you get the best response? Is it in text? Is it video? Is it voice? And play around with that and find what works and yields a better response.
Absolutely. All right. So we're slowly wrapping up here, but social media is so busy, you guys. Right? My phone looks like it's blowing up every single day. Every little icon has like 99 plus on it. It's busy out there. And, we're always thinking like, how do we stand out? Not only as Beachbody coaches, but amongst like the sea of network marketers, how do you stand out? How do you differentiate yourself? And it's not selling them another product. You won't stand out by serving and delivering value.
Yeah, I love this question here. Do we have time for a few, Leslie?
Yeah, I think we do. Oh, and I have an assignment. Sorry, guys. Your final assignment is to start a list tonight. I kind of mentioned it, of content ideas, topic ideas that you can use to serve your niche audience. I thought of this one day and I was like, I just started making a list on my iPhone. So I had them right there with me, but then wheeled that content or go live with it, turned it into a post, make it an Instagram story that you could use again and again if it's something that you really feel serves your audience. Create a PDF of recipes that you love, whatever it is, but make a list tonight of those ideas and start working on that. Take action on it now too, before 2020 is here. Like I said, delivering value is what attracts people to you. Giving people something for nothing, it's like, oh, hey, you got to go follow this girl. She's always got the best what, right? Most of us are on Instagram or Facebook following someone for a reason, right? If you follow a beauty influencer, you follow a fashion influencer. Who's writing my screen again? Not me. Like a ghost. So
Oh,
freaky.
that's funny.
But if you follow someone like that on Instagram, right? Why? Right? I have a couple of fashion influencers that I like to follow because they share great deals, or I think their outfits are really cute and I might need to go buy those boots. So that serves me okay. What?
Yeah, I think someone
Does anyone else see that?
yeah, someone earlier said it was an accident. She accidentally hit something on the screen.
That's amazing.
I didn't even know that was an option.
Thank you for the laugh tonight. I loved it. And I like your drawing.
Yeah,
I
so
don't know how to undo it, but okay.
every call has some kind of like fun, right? It would just be just such a
Right.
boring world without this.
So boring.
Set yourself apart, set your business on fire. That is really the biggest takeaway from tonight, is just be you, be authentic, be genuine, deliver really great content that feels good to you, feels good in your heart, and remember that human connection. Someone here is asking, what advice would you have for the biggest bang for your buck for a coach who is limited on time? What can you do to get your biggest reward in terms of value? And I'll answer first and then I'll throw it over to you, Leslie. I honestly think that it's in the conversations that the biggest return is going to be in inviting and following up and offering solutions to people and helping them get started. I think that to me, like, I will go a day without posting content because I'm so busy in messages. And to me, I think that is more valuable than putting perfectly curated content out there. But that's me. And there's some other superstars on here. I know Ruth and Keisha, you're welcome to jump in. But Leslie, if you had any.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I think of is we shared a ton of ideas here tonight on how you can, deliver value and sort of up your game in a busy social media world. But pick one or two or three. I mean, to me, the follow-up stuff is like a no-brainer. Like, you have to be doing that. And to me, to slide in a podcast you think would help them, or a recipe that would, just maybe make their week a little easier, do that. That's easy, right? Sending someone a free workout, that's easy. If you're pressed for time, I would say creating some sort of content that is constantly reshareable, whether it's a story that's always getting you a ton of shares, or creating like a PDF or a free, 3-day detox menu, whatever you're into, right? That you could always be sharing, like something super simple and quick. Put it together on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. And I think, with the live videos, like, the live videos are spontaneous. It's not like you have to put in a lot of work into creating that, as long as you have like just a bulleted, notes in your phone or a little paper to kind of keep you on track. But I don't think those things have to take a ton of time. Honestly, writing a post sometimes takes more time than throwing up a live video and just delivering some value, something that's on my heart, something that I've been wanting to teach or preach or reach, whatever it is. And so I think, using some of those tools that allow you to just hit your audience, deliver that value without spending a lot of time, I think lives are good. Stories obviously are good.
And I think you have to think about where are you getting the most bang for your buck in terms of where your customers and potential coaches coming from. Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Or is it from stories? Is it from a post? I mean, my posts used to do great. Now they're like, so I get more bang for my buck in my stories. So for me, it's worth putting more value in my stories. And like, I've found the more value I give, the more I put into my stories, the further up my story views have gone. Like yesterday, it was Cyber Monday, and I shared a deal on workout leggings from this company that I follow on Instagram, and everyone was like crazy for these workout leggings because they were $20. So, I mean, just little simple things like that, right? Just little hacks, tricks, tips. It doesn't always have to be anything huge.
Absolutely.
I saw.
I was just going to say,
that.
Ruth shared a document here for a freemium, or it could be used as a freemium. Let's see. Oh, freezer meal. That's awesome.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
yes,
so fun. I
yes.
love that.
I mean, that's the biggest thing, you guys. For my niche, my audience want, it's all nutrition. They all want to know what I'm eating. They want to know how to make healthy meals quick, how to stay on track with nutrition. They want to know everything is nutrition. That, so, you know, finding out again, like where that sweet spot is, and then just keep hitting it with that.
Yeah. And I saw someone asked, what sort of system do you use for
Okay.
tracking your follow-ups? I did pen and paper for a really long time and I failed miserably. I now use Streak for Gmail. And it's my lifesaver. Took me a little bit to get it set up, but now that it's set up, so much better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that's a really personal decision. I feel like everyone is so different in how they function. Some people love Asana, or they want to use an Excel spreadsheet or whatever.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's just going to take a little time to figure out what your rhythm is and where you're going to stick with, right? What works for you and you're going to stick with. A lot of Streak here. See, I use my connection builder. So, you know, okay, Ruth shared the most updated one, I guess. So thank you so much,
well, thank you, Ruth.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. Look at this. Delivering value right here tonight on the call.
That's right.
I love it. I love
Thank
it.
you, everyone.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, we'll get this this Canva document out so you can take the content and use it and tweak it and make it work for you. Thank you for getting on tonight.
Yeah, wishing everyone a very productive December. Go crush bar.
Go crush bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the time that you want to really 10x your business, because, you know, it's like, I read this email, it's like when you're trying to start like a freight train, right? It takes a lot of energy to get it going and get it going. And so the people that start in January, they're like at 3%, right? You want to already be rolling and have this momentum, because that's when you see a real huge explosion. And this is when you're offering value. I was just in DMs today, like offering the free sample workout, offering a recipe, or just being that person on their radar, that friendly presence, and really just making those really great connections. So
it's so true. That's what will make you stand out. So important.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Everyone have a good night. We'll see you later. We'll get the recording up. Bye.